Hello YouTube, it's your boy Goatee Gaming. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. But if you're new to this channel, by the way, and you're not familiar with Call of Duty, that's what we're about to talk about today. And as you can see in the title of the video, you already know my disappointment. You know, y'all haven't seen a lot of videos of me making. I might have like a couple of clips here and there, but when NW2 and NW3 came out, like I was uploading nonstop. I had fun, I had a blast. If I'm not mistaken, NW2 was probably the best I had online, even though the maps was crappy. Like base game, it wasn't that good, but the online was cool. Like the online was balanced. I didn't really feel like I was wasting my time. Whereas Black Ops 6, when I play online, it feels like I'm wasting my time, and I'm gonna tell you why. And if you're familiar with Face Swag, or you familiar with Nation, or you familiar with all those creators, then you will understand. The game has an issue where you can get in a lobby and you automatically gonna be accused of being a hacker, right? If you're good, right? And then another thing, if you're too good and you're able to play against hackers and whoop them, guess what's gonna happen? The lobby's gonna fail. They're gonna end up crashing the lobby, crashing the server, so you don't get no experience from that lobby, or you don't get no SR. And my main thing is, I love rank, man. You know, I'm just showing, like, I'm disappointed in like how Call of Duty and Activision have been treating this game when it comes to the online, you know, anti-cheat. The anti-cheat was supposed to be just as strong like how it was on the 360, except the anti-cheat on the 360, it was kind of mediocre. Usually the hacks and stuff usually got banned by Microsoft themselves, not Activision. You get what I mean? Most of these hacks was like integrated into the console, like you have to get someone to do that. But if I'm not mistaken, people can give you mod menus back in the day, if y'all didn't know. And in those mod menus, you was able to lag out the lobby as well. You was able to close out the lobby. You was able to teleport underneath freaking, they had soft hacks where you could teleport underneath the map and stuff like that, where your game basically would send a code to your character to glitch you outside the map. It will automatically make you do an elevator glitch without doing an elevator glitch. Like, it was a lot of stuff that was going on back in the day that was only happening, that's happening now, that only happened back in the day on the older games. It didn't happen like on the newer games. When Black Ops 2 came out, it was no hacks in it. When when Call of Duty Ghosts was out, it was no hack in Black Ops 2. It was hacks in COD 4. When NW3 was out, it was hacks in COD 4, but it was no hacks in NW2, right? It was more so like there was more security going on to protect the gamers and their time back in the day, right? And this is on the 360. I'm thinking that it's 2024, this should be easy. Every other game don't have that many hackers. Halo, I'll go ahead and say it. Halo, Overwatch, and Smite. I don't know about Overwatch, because I think Overwatch, their service is just not bad. It's just bad. But you got Halo, and I heard Smite got like less hackers, or whatever games like that, right? Path of Exile, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of games out there that I can go ahead and name off a few that I will play rather than playing this. And it been times when I was playing rank.
Oh my God, bro, I couldn't see.
And we been close to winning. It'll be me and my homeboy, we'd be close to winning, and I'm over here spazzing out. And the lobby would just crash. I said, I don't know what happened. And we just wasted our time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of our time in that lobby just not to gain SR. It happened multiple times. And I've been taking a break and been playing other games, bro. I've been playing other games. I've been playing PoE 2, Marvel Rivals, I actually tried that out. But PoE 2, I've been looking for that game for a minute. I've been anticipating that game for a minute because I liked it how PoE 1 was. I mean, when NW3 first came out, like I didn't even like the maps on that. Like NW2, the way how the speed of that game was, I think the maps fit it perfect, but the maps on that game was still ass. Like the base game to me on NW2, I didn't like it. But rank play was all right. Like, you know, I actually took my time to actually learn it. I didn't really care if I was gonna take an L or whatever the case may be. I actually grinded, right? The servers felt good. Even when I was in sweaty lobbies, I didn't really get as many hackers. Now, it was hackers in NW2. Don't get it twisted. It was hackers. Once you got the Crim lobbies, it was hackers. But it didn't feel like you wasted your time in a lobby. I never got my lobby. The lobbies never felt like that unless someone was unable to log in, like load in the game. That was the only issue that NW2 had, was a lot of bugs and stuff like that. So that game wasn't perfect. So Call of Duty hasn't been perfect for, I'll say, over 15 years now, right? I'm talking about as in online wise. 2008, I'll say 2000, anything below 2010, like that Call of Duty don't count. Black Ops 2, and I say 15 years because Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, they go hand in hand. NW3 is in there too, because I think it's Black Ops 1 and then it was NW3. But how can I explain it? Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts, after like AW, that's when Call of Duty kind of went downhill when it came to the servers. They just didn't have as many hackers. IW wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? I'll say Call of Duty went downhill once NW 2019 came out, but it wasn't as bad. Like, they was more focused on microtransactions and trying to compete with Fortnite than actual making sure they anti-cheat works. So it was people cheating in NW 2019, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as noticeable. You know what I'm saying? And even on Vanguard and all those other Call of Duties, it wasn't as noticeable. Even though those games had rank, Cold War had rank, I never really seen as many hackers as it is now on rank. Why are these hackers trying to ruin our experience, bro? Right? I can't tell them to stop it, but guess what? We got people like Activision that I'm so disappointed in that could go in the software and fix it, the game right now, send like a mini update to fix that. The drivers. You saying you gotta update drivers? That should have been done before the game came out. So this whole time, y'all had some outdated drivers that can't stop a hacker. Y'all don't have a security breacher or whatever the case may be that can protect the gamer information. Because you gotta think, these people have been hacking on NW3 and NW2 for a while. I got my account hacked by a hacker from playing this game. I never really got hacked by playing any other game until I started playing Call of Duty. And I think that person used my account to actually hack and play Warzone or whatever the case may be. I don't know how he got my account information, but when he got that thing, he was like using hacks on my account to get like all kind of camos, all kinds of stuff. And then my account got banned because of that person, right? I don't even know how they got access to it. And then every time I'll play in a lobby or play Warzone and we win the lobby, SIB number 1, I get a message on my account saying leave with like a analog stick saying LS, and it will say leave or whatever the case may be, right? I don't know if I'm getting messaged by a hacker and he don't like that I'm winning or whatever, or he just looking at certain things and he was like, oh, that don't look right. That don't, like, I don't know, right? But I experienced that, but I never had a disconnect from a server because I was good. Whereas this game, it's allowing and enabling people to DDoS people offline, lag switching and shit like that. They got hackers over here lag switching and shit. And they might not even have wall hacks, but they have aimbot, right? The aimbot might not even work. Wall hacks might not even, like, ain't nobody spin bot no more, but it's people that still wall hacking. The aimbot might not be working no more, but it's still people out here wall hacking or radar hacking, where it shows you on the radar constantly where you located and stuff, or on the compass where it can show where that person is at. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all not familiar with the old Call of Duty, they had this stuff in COD 4. But like back in the day, like I said, they didn't even have hackers on their game until probably 3 years after the cycle of the game being released. You know, like the new Call of Duties didn't even have hackers in the game. Like when the next Call of Duty came out, I knew no mod menu was going to be enabled. But it always happened after a few years. Now, Black Ops 2, for some reason, I ain't seen no hackers even after those years. It took them like probably a longer. Like every new Call of Duty that came out from Call of Duty 4 all the way up to Call of Duty Ghosts, right? Right? Because that was the last Call of Duty that was like that came out on last gen, that was only on last gen. Like, yeah, they made a remastered version, but it was a ported over version from the last gen version. That was the only Call of Duty that was actually ported over from last gen consoles to the new gen consoles. Because when Black Ops 3 AW came out and Black Ops 3 came out, I think Black Ops 3 didn't even have a campaign or some shit, right? Yeah, I think Black Ops 3 didn't have a campaign for last gen. It had a campaign for next gen, if I'm not mistaken. Because AW, I think that was the last campaign that came to the last gen consoles was AW. And if I'm not mistaken, AW had 2 discs that you had to put in your system in order to play it, because it was still DVD. It wasn't a Blu-ray. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think AW was over the limit of a DVD at the time. I mean, they had DVDs that went over 11 gigs, but they had to compress the files to make it where it could fit on there. I just don't understand, like, back in the day, they gave people each other mod menus. And if y'all not familiar with mod menus, I'll explain it in another video and break it down, and people didn't get to this point of the video. But the people that did, I want to say, man, hit that like button and subscribe and comment in the comment section that you made it to the 15-minute marker. But the people was giving out mod menus left and right on the older Call of Duties, but it was never like the new Call of Duty come out and then first thing you get on multiplayer, you see a hacker. If you did, it was rare. It was like 1%. And I'm not saying you can't hack on console. I'm saying the hackers went AWire on the older cards, but the newer cards, the hackers didn't touch. You know why? Because the hackers was getting detected by the 360. I don't know about the PS3 because I didn't have a PS3, but I was on the 360 and playing on the 360. Hackers did not go on the new Call of Duties. They didn't touch it because they would get banned or they'll get penalized or kicked out of the lobby trying to use hacks on the new servers of COD. 360, I don't know what it was. I don't know how Microsoft and Activision was going hand in hand or coinciding with each other back in the day, but they made sure the new Call of Duty was not touched by hackers, you know. But this new shit, like this is 2024, I could understand why hackers didn't touch the new COD, because like the way how they loophole around to even get around to be able to hack was to use a system link. If I didn't say it again, if you don't know about the X-Link that was on the PC where you hook up your Ethernet cable to like a switch or a hub, that you have your Xbox connected to it as well, and you bridge those connections so you could be able to go system link with X-Link because your system is banned from the internet. Or you don't want to pay for Xbox Live Gold, you sit there, go to a private server and be able to jump in some Halo on a system link that's on X-Link. People use X-Link for a lot of things. When they shut down Xbox Live for the Xbox One, that's what it was used for. But it was also cross-platform with the 360, so they was able to play like Halo 2, Halo 1 together if you had it on the 360. I don't know how you get Halo 1 on the 360, but that's how it was. You know, a switch and a hub is usually like, I think a switch is more secured and like a hub is smaller and it's usually like sending out the same signal to like all Ethernet ports to get the same speeds, whereas like a switch, it's like secured base. Every Ethernet has its own MAC address. So not every Ethernet is gonna get the same speed because of that, you know, when it's assigning MAC addresses to each devices that's like connected to the switch. I don't know how they're being able to connect online with these hacks compared to like how it was back in the day. As I remember Call of Duty, the new Call of Duties never had hackers out the jump. If they was there, I didn't see them. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how good you was, like you was gonna see hackers in the new Call of Duties. If you had to be real good back in the day to see hackers, that means the percentage is small. Cause I see hackers and I know I'm not all that good. You know what I'm saying? I made it a plat 2 in rank, but I couldn't get no further because lobbies was getting closed out. And then I'll lose in a game that I'm not supposed to lose in, right? And it messes up my SR. I'm not getting enough SR. I'm wasting my time. See, I don't know if Call of Duty or Black Ops or Activision is so focused on trying to be like Fortnite with these microtransactions, but I think they so focused on trying to make money on the free-to-play side of things and then focus on the main hardcore fans that love Call of Duty for what it was. Like, Black Ops 2 is probably my best rank experience of all Call of Duties that had rank. I'm being 100, and I'd say Cold War is number 2 on that, and Black Ops 4. I never had issues with Cold War, which is crazy. It wasn't as many hackers. It was hackers, but not as much as this. This ricochet shit that's going on between Warzone and multiplayer side of things, where they could boot you offline, they could sit up there and lag switch the lobby to where the lobby was shut down. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling to me. Because how are these people getting administrative control over y'all system that y'all created? That don't even make sense. But at the time, back in the day, it was different because I think Microsoft had more control over their Xbox 360 online gaming because y'all was paying for their services. I feel sorry for console players that gotta pay every month for their service and they gotta deal with hackers. You get what I mean? Whereas when I was on the 360, it wasn't no hackers on the new Call of Duty. It was hackers, but it was only for shits and giggles because nobody cared because the game was old. But hey, y'all hit that like button, subscribe and comment, and y'all comment in the comment section what y'all think. I'm gonna get off of here because this video is a little bit too long, but I'm passionate about Call of Duty, man. But I'm disappointed.